Hey guys, I hope you're doing well and your swimming is going great. Got a great show for you today. Finally gonna take a look at where I'm at with my training and what I have been up to because it has been really interesting and I'm excited to share that stuff with you guys. But the best place to start is with my times. How fast am I going? I had my first meet 2 weeks ago, and it was the 200 on Saturday, the 100 on Sunday, just time finals. Let's get right into it here. This is the 200, and I had some really good competition. Next to me is a guy named Andreas, who just recently graduated from A&M. I believe his best time in this is a 150 to my 156. So the goal on this was to be long and strong, but not quite as playful as I usually am at the beginning of the season, where I'm taking like 2 and 3 strokes for most of the 25s. Because I only have this meet and one more before my mid-season, and I gotta know where I'm at. And so I didn't want to play with this too much. And I also didn't want to get beat by a full pool length by Andreas. So I had a little bit of pride on the line. And but all in all, it was strong. The pullouts really kept me in this as usual. His tempo was a little bit higher. He's very smooth. I like his stroke. It's kind of more of what I was aiming for in my head while I was swimming this. And I just feel like a broken record. I wanted more hand speed. I wanted more head aggression, and I didn't quite have it. In part, that is fatigue. In part, that is the lower stroke count. And so that's the trade-off when you really stretch it out. But all in all, good race. I was out, I think, in about 58.5 on 14 strokes, real nice, but then fell off to 32.32, which is not real nice for the last 250s. So unhappy with that. Overall, it was a 2:03.1, 0.6 faster than last year, but 2 more strokes than last year. So, and that is another reason to keep a journal. You gotta know how you're doing versus previous years, because if all you have is a time, that doesn't tell the full story. You need to know the stroke count, how you felt, what you did leading up to it, all that good stuff. Whew, all right, flew through that. Let's take a look at the 100. Again, Andreas right next to me, and you can just see him there, Luke Barr on the left side of the screen. If that name sounds familiar, it is because he is the American record holder in the 100-yard IM. So I had some really good competition in this race, and this was better. I liked my stroke more, and in part, it's because the tempo was higher. I was a little surprised at how far I was going and how fast I was going on those pullouts, because the goal was to go 4, 7, 7, 7 or 8 strokes. And on this, I was 4, 6, 6, 7. And every time I came up, I was like, all right, 7 strokes. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, oh, shoot, this is only going to be 6. Out in 25.7, which is a little bit too slow, but back in 29.1 on 13 strokes. So that was really good. So, good and bad there. Overall, time was 54.83, about 4 100ths faster than last year. But hey, 4 100ths is faster. You got to take the wins where they come. Now, the big issue there is that speed in the beginning, 25.7, okay? And this is the dilemma I've always had with my training, is how do I get that early speed that I had back in 2021? 24.1 was my best 50 breast. And since then, I have not been 24.1. I think the closest I've been is 24.3. And so I've struggled mightily to get that raw speed back. And if you recall from last year in the fall, I was going crazy. I was obsessed with speed. And of course, it just turned around and bit me. I was doing speed every single day. I was lifting speed. I was swimming speed. I was cords and chutes and just all out 25s. And of course, it backfired. My mid-season was terrible. I'm trying not to make that mistake this year. And so what am I doing differently? That's a good question. Let's get into it. But first, that's right, give me the like and subscribe while the music plays. Here we go. Okay, so what has got me so excited and optimistic about this season? Let's start with lifting. 7 years ago, when I started on this journey, I knew nothing about lifting, nothing. I was just carrying over what I'd learned in college. 7 or 8 movements that I was doing over and over and over again, periodization that I learned from a friend who was a strength coach. It was like, okay, go 3 sets of 12 for a week, 3 sets of 10, 4 sets of 8, then deload week, 5 sets of 5 for 3 weeks, and then you go a couple weeks of 1 rep maxing, and then you rinse and repeat. And that worked great. I packed on 20 pounds of muscle. I got really strong, which definitely helped me go 24-1 in the 50. But I could see it, the effects were starting to plateau. And I realized, okay, there's more here that I need to know. And so I signed on with Kevin. You all know Kevin. Great guy. I mean, really knows lifting and opened my eyes. I didn't know a damn thing about lifting, it turns out. And so for a couple of years, I worked with him and just learned. It was just like a data dump, drinking from a fire hose. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, this is great. And that worked really well. I dropped like a second in my 100 breast, but my 50, my raw speed still wasn't there. And then, as we talked about last fall, I went too crazy with the speed. And so I am now going back to basics. I'm not going back to just 7 or 8 lifts, but I am going back to periodization, but with everything that I've learned and all these great new movements, Bulgarian split squats, muscle ups, dips, these have all become a staple of my training. And so the same 12, 10, 8, 5s, I didn't go to 1 rep maxes, I went to 2 rep maxes. In fact, it went really well. Let's take a look here real quick. This was squats, box squats, 2 reps, 405, and I'm moving that pretty smooth and quick for that amount of weight. I was really happy with that. I could have done like at least 3 more reps. Pull-ups were the same way. Look at these, 100 pounds hanging off of me, 2 reps, pretty smooth, no grind, no like shaking the kicking and all that stuff. And then here on deadlift, this was 425, 2 reps, a little slow getting it going, but man, then I was moving. Same deal. I had at least 3 reps in the tank on this. And so I'm back to being really, really strong and feeling great about where I'm at and having all this diversity of movements in my training. And even though I've kind of gone back to basics and I've put in a little bit more grinding like I used to do, I'm still very conscious of speed thanks to this little guy right here. This is an eNode Pro sensor, and it magnetically clips to the bar. And so I've got it like on squats, I've got it, just clipped right behind me. And I've got my headphones in, and it speaks to me on every rep. Mean propulsive velocity is what it tells me. And it'll be like, 1.08. I'm like, okay, come on, let's go. Which is great. It gives me something to really chase instead of me just thinking, okay, well, I think that was fast enough. So I highly recommend getting something like this. It's been great. And so I'm really happy with all of that. And as far as the swimming goes, I started off the season not swimming on Thursdays or Saturdays, Thursdays or Sundays, and instead on Thursdays doing bouldering. And that was for like the first 5 weeks. And I also added Coley Stickles to my weekly routine on Saturdays, going out there with my son Landon, who trains with him at TFA. And that has been really good because I get to do power towers. And again, kind of like with Kevin, be exposed to a whole new way of thinking. And that is what we're going to look at today. I went and did a Friday practice and a Saturday practice one week where my kids were off school. So I was able to go on Friday, and he does back end work on Fridays and then power work on Sundays. So I won't talk too much about it. I will give you a heads up though. It's a little bit difficult to follow. It's a little bit difficult, but I think you're going to get some nuggets of wisdom here and there from it. So let's get into it. Here we go. Got it? That was smooth.
We are going to Lions. Well, I can't. We'll go down for as well. Wait, tomorrow long course forward?
Former gymnast right here.
You are shaking. Oh my goodness, why are you shaking so much?
I don't know. I blame it on muscle ups from yesterday. All right, we're in the water? All right, let's go. All right, so far I think we're about 800 deep into this. I couldn't tell you. It's a whole bunch of drill work. Let's see what he's got. See if you can make sense of this.
Then we're going to go, then we're going 225s. It's a 50 with drill, and then 225s follow through drill. Real follow through drill.
It's only
You can use a paddle in the
so you go scoop, under
if you want.
stroke,
Then you go right back. Or you can
stroke.
go
No.
it's just that last part.
It's scoop, under, over, around.
75. We go freestyle. Approach, underwater turn, full speed turn.
I'm thinking of snap drill. Yeah.
Then we're going to go 25. We're going to go
Way to get it.
full speed, flip, and then 4 strides, flip, and then 4 strokes, flip on top. 6, flip, 4 run off the bottom, flip, push off the bottom, 4 strokes, flip as fast as you can.
You want to do any kicks from
Should be able to make the whole 25.
All right, so we're doing some running, some flipping.
6,
I'm not gonna show you this because there's nothing really to see. I'm just trying to keep up here. I'll catch you at the next set. All right, we did another set after that set. A few hundred of this, that, and the other. Can't really tell you what. I'm feeling pretty good. We're an hour in, and it sounds like it's time to go. Let's see what he's got.
We're going to push off. We're going to go 3 cycles, axis buoy, no push off, to red dot. All right, let it go. 3 cycles, all out to next red dot. Then easy, open turn, and then I want 15 underwater kick all out. And grab axis are kind of easy. So it'll be, I guess it's a 50. We'll go 3 of those. Nothing, small, big. Counts are the same.
We have that.
3 cycles, drop your axis, 3 cycles, swing fast, regular.
What if I want to do breaststroke stuff?
Yeah, 3 cycles.
So it's 3 50s. And then we're going to go 100 with big fins. Float, no breath, to the red dot.
Push off, float.
It'll be 7, red to red. And then I want you going in flutter kick, full speed, with 2 right arm strokes all out.
Wait, what is it? Red dot to red dot? Oh, is it 7 underwater kicks? Maybe.
And then the same thing is the same thing on the second 25. Float to red dot, and then how many kicks from red dot to red dot? And then what?
Oh,
2 flutter kick, 2 left arm. Then you're gonna drop, then you're gonna go back end straight up. -2 with count. And then the last 25 is...
Is that 100? Yeah.
Alright, then the last 25, we're gonna go 15 underwater kick. That's it.
I got 350s.
50s, 100.
Not sure about the 100.
And then we're gonna go 425s.
425s.
We'll go 2 pull. They're all in the 30. We'll go 15, 6 strokes. Pull. Look at the full speed kick. 2 of those.
So,
And then 2
6
back
strokes,
ends straight
15
up.
meters. Flip indication.
And then we'll go right into 100 easy. Yep. We'll go 3 rounds. The first 2.
All right, wish me luck on this. I got maybe half of it.
Don't break tempo after you drop from nowhere. Okay? No push off.
What is it?
Something like that, huh?
You go back in into 15 underwater
15 underwater?
on the last 25 of it.
I messed that up.
25 with big fins. I'm gonna go reverse free.
No.
I'm gonna go
Nice.
fins on your hand. Fins will never do that again.
Reverse dolphin kick.
Can we do reverse dolphin kicks?
All right, that wasn't so bad. I figured out most of that. Now, I guess we got the big set coming. I don't know. All right, I got most of that set down. That was pretty good. Breaststroke is feeling pretty solid. I guess we got a harder set coming right now. He's thinking about it. Here's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna go at 25. It's gonna be 4 strokes, underwater free, full speed. Then push off the bottom, 4 kicks, 4 strokes, full speed. All right, we'll do that on the 35. Then we're gonna go at 50, the 25 back end, grab buoy, and then 12 and a half all out kick, 12 and a half easy. All right. Then you're gonna go a 25 pull. You're gonna go back end plus 2. Actually, I'm gonna change it. Do the kicks on the, do the 25s on the 30 and the 50 on the middle. 25, a 50, a 25. And then we're gonna go, we're gonna go 100 with big, or sorry, small fins and paddles. We're gonna go 6. I'm gonna tickle you, Jonah.
25, 50, 25.
We're underwater freestyle. We're gonna go spear kick to 15. Then 5 strokes all out. Alright. And then you're gonna go. Nope. And then you're gonna go all out. 6 free to 15.
6 big speed strokes.
And then you're gonna go surface kick.
So head down.
Actually reverse that. Go surface kick 5. Flip. Then what?
6
6 free to where?
15.
And 10 easy. And then spear 50. How many?
The only difference is on the first one, your head is down.
3 again.
So surface kick head down to 15. 5 strokes all out. Flip. 6 kicks, 3 strokes, easy. Do it again.
So it's 25, 50, 25, 100. 3 rounds.
You got that? right, I think this is the last thing. We're going a 50, 25 pull plus 2 on your stroke count, 25 back end pace plus 1 swim. So you ditch the pull buoy down there, then you put fins on and you go back end plus 2, minus 2, minus 2, and then back end minus 1, something like that. And then what's the after the fourth 25 or second 50? Oh yeah.
Well, it's not 50, it's 225s.
Yeah.
Cool, just fly.
All right, here we go. There's also sculling involved in this. You'll see, maybe, I don't know.
Nine, 10, 11, 12. Stop kicking, Luke. Stop kicking. You're making it harder for yourself. You're getting caught by handle. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. All right, you're on. Go, Liam. Jonah's going too, coach. Moderate 3 and then kick. Go, 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 go. Moderate. Back, go. Yes. Bottom. See it, Liam. 30 times for trade. Yeah. Get up, big. Don't lose your board.
Alright, so that's it. I have no idea how many yards we put in. I have a feeling it was less than 3,000. But it was tough. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Dry land first. Apparently we're doing a little bit of long course, which is not my strong suit. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, it is not quite 7 a.m. We are about to hit weights, and then it's power in the water. This is going to be 3 workouts in about 15 hours, which, I mean, I'm usually close to 24 hours between workouts, so this is a bit intense. Yesterday, turns out it wasn't less than 3K. It was maybe a little over 4K. Sounds about right based on how my body's feeling this morning. So we'll see what this brings. I'm not going to have time to explain anything to you because just like yesterday, it moves quick. You know, he'll just start spitting it out. These guys understand what he's saying. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Flip this, spin that, jump this, backflip this, McTwisty that. So I'm just going to keep this thing rolling. You figure it out as we go. Let's see if I can keep up with these young bucks. Alright, pretty straightforward so far. Oh, tap, tap.
To push the...
All right, this way, folks. This is one of my favorites. I love sled stuff.
I like it when people are like, yeah, I lifted. Like Jackson. He was much better than Donut Company. Bitch, go on a higher one.
All right, now we get real creative. Check this out. All right, here's the next thing.
Put it on the first. Slim, right next to you. Yes, I'm hard. That's it.
That's a tough one. All right, that's it. We're going to the pool. All right, we're going 650s of mixed stroke, some pulling, some swimming, some kicking. Then we're doing a runner and a bucket. Turning down. All right, now the bucket. Ooh. Hey, what are we doing now?
3 rounds, I think.
Holy.
Early.
3 rounds. We're doing a sprint in from over there off the bulkhead, and then back on the bucket with fins. Sprint to 15. 15. Now the bucket. Come on over this way. So 135 pounds. All right, last thing we're doing. Sprint with a bucket, no fins, to 15, slide over, sprint in from the bulkhead, which is 15, hop out, run and dive to 15, done.
Why is Mika swimming again? What is Nick?
This group is so moronic. Dude, I'm getting, day by day, the Jackson Glen on mentality is growing.
That was a tough practice. That was more aerobic than I was expecting. I think we got at least 3K in. I didn't show you most of it because it just wouldn't have made any sense. I don't think I got half of it right. I just kind of faked it. I was looking over, seeing what other people were doing. But it was good. And it's weird. His practices, it's interesting how your heart rate will be super elevated and you're just going, but because it's so broken, like your stroke doesn't really have time to deteriorate, so you're usually able to stay pretty sharp. At least that's how I feel. And by the end there with the power work, I was pretty drained. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have come today, but my stroke was holding together really well, and I was happy with it. Key now is to rest. I gotta get a good 2-hour nap in, then I'm off tomorrow, and then next week I gotta really be smart about what I do. I was thinking about hitting like some 30-25s all out on a minute on Tuesday. That might not be a good play. I don't want to put myself in a hole. You know, it's just day by day. Anyway, I hope you got something out. I hope you got something out of this. I know it was kind of scattered, but it was fun. So good luck with your swimming. Until next time, swim different, swim faster. Good luck.